just got three things to say. God bless our troops. God bless America. And gentlemen, start your engine!
Welcome in, ladies and gentlemen, to another presentation. QSR Simulations Chase for the Cup Gen 4 Series here on V-Speed. And no, I'm not Bradley Cooper. I'm Morgan Cook, your host and producer for the evening. Bradley is stuck in an install loop, which that's less than ideal for Father V-Speed. He'll be back eventually, but not tonight. I'm running the show here on V-Speed. If you haven't already, make sure to like and subscribe to the channel so you don't miss a moment of the racing action. You found us, you might as well stick around a while longer. We're here to bring you Turn 1 Tsunamis 120 from the Dover Motor Speedway. Difficult car to drive at one of the most difficult racetracks to drive. No better combination here on QSR. Let's have a look. Some race information. Here at this Dover International Speedway, the air temp is pretty cool. Track temp, 84 degrees. Wind not going to be a factor. 1 mile, 4 corners at this facility. We'll get into the track details here in just a second. Stage going to be at lap number 35 of the 120 they plan to run tonight. At a 1 mile racetrack, that means we're doing 120 miles. This is race 6 of 15. Michigan is the next one on the calendar. Let's have a look at that track description. Such an interesting facility here in Dover. It's only a mile, but it feels like it's so much longer with how quick these laps are, and how fast the drivers get going as they barrel off into turns 1 and 3. 24 degrees of banking on the front or in the corners. The straightaways, front and back, both at 9 degrees. For those of you who remember that number 9 degrees, that is the same as the corners at Indianapolis Motor Speedway. We know how flat that racetrack is, and that is why they call this a self-cleaning racetrack with that 9-degree grade. A spin on the high line will almost certainly take you down to the bottom and potentially back up into traffic. This is not a D-oval. That needs to be updated. This is a regular oval here in Dover. And concrete, the now second largest concrete racetrack on the circuit, National Superspeedway, a third of a mile longer down there in Tennessee. Great racetrack, a lot of fun to race here. And the big drop in the corners we're going to see with these cars, it's about 20 feet that they drop down and land in the corner and then rise up out of it. We're going to see it all night tonight. We're about to hit the grid here. So while we wait for the session to flip over, congratulate our pole sitter, Chuck Sweeting, in the 75. Here comes the grid. There it is, Chuck Sweeting. Going to lead the field to green today at 22.692. Trenton Wilkin going to start on the outside of the first row. Third spot will be Wyatt Walker in the 85. Galen Wunsch will start in 4th. 5th position will be Ryan Philbrick in the 06. Ronnie Joyner in the 00 is going to start in the 6th position. 7th spot will be Brent Allen in 13. Daniel Momex is going to start in 8th. Rounding out your top 10 will be Austin Thomas and Larry Eddy. 11th position, Alan Dobbs in the 22, and Waylon Turner to start in 12th tonight. 13th will be Derek McMurtry in the 48. Stephen Mago in the 83 starts 14th. 15th position, Christian Rodrigo in the 3-3. Shane Ferguson in the familiar looking 21 can start 16th. 17th tonight, Bryson Witherspoon. Matthew Karakoffi, still don't know how to say your name, apologies, starting 18th tonight. 19th position for the moment belongs to Ethan Wisnowski. Mike Petrin is doing race control this evening. We'll talk more about that probably at the end of the broadcast. 21st and 22nd belong to Austin Dowdy and Brandon Yates. Glad to see a strong field, 21 drivers deep here at Dover. But let's get trackside. Hear the roar of the engines. But first, a look well above this 1 mile racetrack. You get to see the horse racing track in the center of it. What an interesting facility this Dover Motor Speedway is. While the car is still sitting on the pit lane, you got Trenton Wilkin, a little bit of a connection issue there on your front row. That is that Ryan Newman Ultel kind of throwback to the 2003, 2004 era. A lot of throwbacks in this race. Of course, this is a Generation 4 series. That car, of course, from the early 2000s until about 2007 when they switched to the COT. See everyone roll off of the pit lane. No fast repairs tonight. So you got what you got. And this racetrack will absolutely bite you if you're not paying attention. Here we ride on the nose cam of the 75, and you can kind of see right there just how aggressive the exit of the corner is, and we'll see it again as we roll into turn number 3. You really drive down the hill and then up the hill more so than any other racetrack, especially at speed. We kind of feel it right here. Big drop in the racing surface. It's about 20 feet. Quite an impressive racetrack here in Dover. Miles the Monster is just outside, and he's hungry. Who's going to be his lunch today? Green flag in the hand of the starter. As they roll through 3 and 4, the green flag is out at Dover. Field already pretty much single filed out for most of it. Gonna go back to the 35. Austin Thomas, the first driver out of line, can try to slide in front of Brent Allen. Can he do it? It looks like he can. You don't want to be stuck on the outside at this racetrack, that is for sure. But the big mover so far is Alan Dobbs in the 22. He's up 2 positions already. Goodness gracious, I got so excited. See car back in the wall there. It's the 4 machine of Larry Eddy. Thrown out number 4. Saw red. The 2000s thought Casey Kane. I was incorrect. Chuck Sweeting is leading so far. Everybody single file for the most part. Everyone biding their time. This racetrack, not paying attention, to chew you up and spit you out. One driver is already off the racetrack. That's Bryson Witherspoon. Not sure what happened to the 20. Saw him pull out of line very early. Don't believe he is going to return to the race. Currently riding on board here with 20th position, Brandon Yates. This might go around that SpongeBob machine. It's Ethan Wazowski in the 5. See Patrick on the hood there. Get to the outside. Not quite. You have a good battle here still at Philbrick in a familiar 06 paint scheme. And Dom still moving forward. This might hurt him on the backside of the run, but for now, the 22 is making hay. About to catch Daniel Malnix in the 38. Elliott Sadler scheme. Oh, big slide for the 22, just about crossed over the 6. Everything is okay there. I see a driver way out of line. I think that's Wisnowski. Drop down to the bottom of the racetrack. Dover claims its first and second victims already. It's all Chuck Sweeting out front, 8 laps in. The gap is 3/10. Hovering right around that number. Austin Thomas caught the wall a little bit. He's going to lose 3 positions, possibly more. He's down 4 from the start of the race. Looks like he will be able to get it back in line. Everything will be okay for the driver of the 35. Had a great season so far in the Truck Series. Will it continue here tonight in the Gen 4 Series? They are all piled up behind Ronnie Joyner. The 22 continues to roll through the field. On board with Alan Dobbs over his shoulder. Here a lot of right front being used. A little free off the corner. That would concern me. Philbrick is now 2 is inside. Another big moment for Alan Dobbs. Oh, that was for Philbrick. Both white cars. Philbrick had the moment. Able to right it, and Joyner got passed by 2 cars in 1 lap. Some sort of handling condition on the 00. That or saving the tires. That could be the other alternative. Green top 00. Fastest car on the racetrack right now is your leader, Chuck Sweeting. Running 23.2s. Nobody else in the bracket. Galen Wunsch somehow turned a 6-second lap last time. Obviously, connection issues plaguing the 199. '30th Waylon Turner is weekend around Ronnie Joyner. Is Joyner now under fire? Derek McMurtry. See if the 00 can stop the backslide, or if the damage has already been done. Closest battle on the racetrack is this one right here, Brent Dow and Stephen McGough. Not much separating the 2 drivers. Can McGough get around the 13? Gonna try and set him up on corner exit. Not going to work that time by position. Battle in the corner of your screen. They reside 6 1/4 seconds behind your leader, who is pulling away from second place. Gap is now 9/10. But this gap is just under 2/10 of a second. As you can see, cars are already starting to get a little out of control here. A lot of rear power, not a lot of downforce, not a lot of side force either. We got cars wiggling back here. Oh, we got a contact right there. Larry Eddy just got used up by Christian Rodrigo, and the 14 was actually the 28. Luckily, no damage to the back of the 4. That could have been not great for that driver. Biggest mover so far continues to be Alan Dobbs, who is up 5 positions from 11th to the current 6th position that 22 resides in. I believe that is a modified Bobby Allison throwback. And somebody just nailed the wall. Waylon Turner it is. Miles reached out and grabbed him. You can see the right front damage already. Remember, no fast repairs tonight, so he's going to have to live with that damage. As we'll probably only need about 1 pit stop here. Potentially 2, but I would think 1's probably going to get you there. Likely will not be able to get that car fixed unless there is a caution, as McMurphy's also in the fence in front of him. See Wyatt Walker fighting Daniel Molnick's. Molnick's gonna get the 4th position. It's the 38. He's quietly working his way up through the field right now. Still, no one is as fast as your leader, Chuck Sweeting. A lot of drivers kind of right in that area. That time, Daniel Molnick's the fastest on the racetrack. Just barely, actually, Joyner as well. Drivers both putting together great lap times. Joyner on an island. 21 laps in. Let's do a quick through your field. Gonna show you where everyone's running. Chuck Sweeting, your leader, led every lap so far from the pole. Trenton Wilkin in 2nd position in the 12, where he started. Caitlin Wunsch up 1 to 3rd from the start of the race, chasing down the 2nd place driver. Daniel Molnick is 4th in the 38. Wyatt Walker in the 85 is in 5th. Alan Dobbs in P6, where he was last time we saw him. But Philbrick has caught up to the back bumper. Might try and make the pass here. Let's stay on this for just a moment. Don't think he's going to be able to make that pass happen. At least not off in turn 2. Or the 06, Ronnie Joyner is 8th. He did gain 1 back. I think the free fall is over. He's starting to march back up to the front. Derek McMurtry is in the 9th position. Brent Allen rounds out in the top 10. Right behind Brent Allen is Stephen McGough in the 83 in 11th. Waylon Turner has fallen back to 12th after the damage to the right front. You can see it's not turning very well for the 30. Austin Thomas is 13th. Behind him, a very hungry Christian Rodriguez. They almost both pile into the turn 2 wall. 14 is in 15th. Matthew Karakoffi? I don't know. Again, I don't know how to say his name. Apologies for that one. Larry Eddy in the 16th position. In the 4, Austin Dowdy in the 8. Kevin Harvick throwback is in 17th. Shane Ferguson 18th. Brandon Yates, last driver on the lead lap. He is in 19th. Ethan Wisnowski and Bryson Witherspoon are off the racetrack. But your leader is 1.2 ahead of the field. Let's see what Waylon Turner is dealing with as we ride on board. For our first driver cab of the day. See, he's flexing the wrist. Working hard in the 30. You can see it's tight. That thing will not turn. Trying to run a diamond. Try and get it to operate a little bit better. Enter low, slide up in the middle, and drive it down the racetrack again. Tires squeal the whole way. Sinking feeling. Oh, big loose moment there for the 30. Right on board with Waylon Turner. Appreciate the shot of what's going on in real life on the sim as well as on the racetrack here as Turner's going to hit the pit lane. Going to try to hit the pit lane anyway. He will hit pit road. Oh, he is having issues. Maybe just calling it quits here. I think he is. I think the driver of the 30 is going to retire it for the day. As we have our first lap car on the racetrack. That is Brandon Yates. Just had the leader work around him. And yes, we have lost Waylon Kerner. Only 2 drivers on the driver cams left. Let's have a look at where they're running. Austin Dowdy. Mentioned him just a little bit earlier. Here is the driver on the screen, currently running in the 15th position. Nothing but clean track in front of him. Another big moment off of turn 4 for one of our drivers. Dowdy able to save that car, thank goodness. Another driver with the driver cam. It's Brent Allen, currently, who is also sideways off of turn 4. A lot of drivers struggling with the handling right now. And Brent Allen struggling with the webcam as well. Unfortunate for the driver of the 13s. We have a battle. Ooh, we got wall contact for the 8. Stuck to the wall and everything. That is not going to help the handling of that car at all. Closest 2 cars on the racetrack are these ones. Galen Wunsch, Daniel Molnix. It's a 38. Creeps farther towards the front. These top 4 essentially matching lap times. But the 38's doing it just a little bit better. It's once again the fastest car on the racetrack. Going to be hard pressed to get around 199. See the underneath suspension of the 3rd place car. Where does Molnix go? You can try and set up a diamond. You can try and get right to the left rear quarter panel and get them loose. Or you can try and get them to pick a line they wouldn't normally pick by faking one way or the other. Well, what will Daniel Molnix do? Driver who is so good at passing and so hard to pass at the same time. 85 slides backwards 1 more spot. As Joyner's going to get around him, and they're going to be side by side. Joyner did not get a good exit. Into 1, the 85's got the position. Joyner squirt the throttle off of 2. No, they're still side by side. Dead heat into turn number 3. Joyner throws it in there. Can he get the momentum off the corner? He will. He will diamond and get the run. That took an extra lap for the 0-0 as Molnix is able to get around. The 199, who I believe gave him the position. Joyner and Walker still fighting for it. Caution is out on the racetrack. Caution is out. Where is it? Oh, it's the stage. Of course. How could it be so obtuse? Chuck Sweeting going to win the stage at lap number 35. Congratulations. Get some points, I am sure. A little bit late on the stage, but the top 10 was quite spread out. 10 seconds separating your leader from in position. Time for all these drivers to reset, which is exactly what they need. This track is demanding, mentally, physically. Roll down, pit entry here. 75 is going to be the first to hit his stall. Actually, that's not true. He'll be the last to hit his stall because he's the last car on pit road. Here at the track, they call white lightning. Yes, I am serious. That is what they call the Dover Motor Speedway. Due to its white complexion, concrete is going to do that. Who will win the race off of pit road? Looks like Molnix has a good shot at it. He might gain a spot. Like Alan Dobbs gains a spot on pit road to get around Galen Wunsch. Sweeting comes out first. Trenton Wilkin, then Mulnix, then Dobbs. Yates did not pit. I bet he's going to come in this time. Galen Wunsch, Ronnie Joyner, Wyatt Walker, Ryan Philbrick, Brent Allen, and Austin Thomas are your top 10. I'm going to step aside for just a moment here. You've been watching QSR Simulations Chase for the Cup Gen 4 Series. Specifically, the Turn 1 Tsunamis 120 for the Dover Motor Speedway. We will be back in just a few moments. Stay tuned here on V-Speed.
And here comes Milo, big run out of 4. He's going to be there.
Tristan Martin's there. Cannot count out to 37.
Oh!
The wheel gets burned!
Cabot, where did he come from?
Here
comes Zwack.
A punch from the 33.
It's a drag race.
The Magic Man wins it Auto Club.
Welcome back to V-Speed here at QSR Simulations. Chase for the Cup Gen 4 Series. We are 1 to green, about half a mile away from the start-finish line. We're doubled up and ready to get going again. I've been your host and producer, Morgan Cook. And if you haven't already, check out vspeedsim.com. Make sure to subscribe to the channel here on YouTube. Means a lot to us that we have fans who watch us every race, every stream. I want you to stick around a while longer, see some more of this grid racing action you can't see anywhere else. Sweeting's going to roll into the restart zone, get the good launch, and he is away easily. Oh, we're big time wrecking in the back there. We got cars all over the place. The 4's in it, McMurtry's in it. Oh my goodness, this is a disaster. Let's go back and figure out what happened. That's a day ender for Derek McMurtry. I think the 14 is probably done for the day, so is the 4. But let's go back and figure out how this happened. So here on the initial start, oh, the 28 just lost it. 28-14, I guess what you would say, just lost it. And hit the 4, and then I don't know. Brake pedal must not work in that car because he drove straight into the side of the 48. Let's go back and watch it again. We're going to watch the 28. 14 on the timing, but 28 on the racetrack, the Halvoline car. Misses the shift right here into the side of the 4, up in the air, and then all of a sudden just a hard turn. Takes out the 60, which is the 33, and also the 48. Yeah, that's a tough break if you're one of those drivers, but let's listen on board. Probably hear some wheel spin. Why lock them up when you can hit the throttle a little bit harder? Takes out a few more cars in the process. Unfortunate for all the drivers at the back of the field there. A lot of day enders in that situation. Now 16 cars left here in this race. Mago's going to get his lap back, making a full 16 cars on the lead lap. Chuck Sweeting continues to lead. Daniel Molnix had a great start, timed it well with the 75. He's going to move up to second. Trenton Wilkin going to go down a spot after the restart. That's too bad for Derek McMurtry. Just in the wrong place at the wrong time. Same with Larry Eddy, who's going to have extensive repairs. I don't think Rick Regal's damage was too bad. That's this 33, also known as 66 on the racetrack, or yeah, 60 on the racetrack. Apologies. I don't think the damage is too bad for him. You see a little bit of right rear, sorry, but that's the only corner kind of compromised. So I think he'll be okay. Yeah, just difficult stuff. Oh, we're just past a third of the way through this race. Under what I believe is the 2 to go pace lap. Might be a decent time to bring somebody up in the booth and have a chat with them. Let's maybe chat with Daniel Molnix. Hey, Daniel Molnix, it's Morgan up in the V-Speed booth. You got a copy?
Yeah, I got you. What's up?
All right, well, this 38's been steadily marching through the field from the 8th position. What do you have here for the 75?
I think we're fairly even on the long run. I may be a little bit quicker than him. I'm not sure. It's kind of hard to base it off of, you know, whatever I called Galen there. It just started getting tight. So I think we're pretty close though.
So if you do catch the 75, obviously you're going to start beside him on the restart here. What do you have to do to pass at this Dover Motor Speedway?
You just got to be able to get a really good run out of the corners. Try to carry a little bit more momentum than the guy in front of you down the straightaway, and hope that it's enough to at least get to his inside going into the corner. And that's really about all you can do.
Awesome.
I don't know that the outside's going to work here. I don't know. I haven't gone up there and tried it yet, but it may come in a little bit later.
Gotcha. And while we have you, who do you want to thank or shout out for the 38?
You guys putting this on, and all the admin team over here at QSR.
Right on. Well, good luck the rest of the way, Daniel. Maybe we'll chat with you in the top 3 at the end of the show.
All right, thank you.
All right, good luck. That is your second place driver, Daniel Molnix. $15 cars left in the race as Larry Eddy has decided to park the number 4 machine after extensive damage on the restart caution. It happened just 3 laps ago. Through 3 and 4. Sweeting, the control car again on the bottom. Carbon copy of the last restart. Oh, Molnix is out of shape. Trouble through the gears for the 38. He is able to get it back going, but he's going to lose a number of positions. A lot of drivers are thinking deja vu from that first accident. He's going to go back underneath the 22. He's got, oh, he just could not get the bumper there. Alan Dobbs going to take away the 3rd position. Gutsy move there as he Brent Allen a little bit in the outside wall. Behind Austin Thomas in the 35. As everyone single files out very quickly here at Dover. Trenton Wilkin is stalking your leader. Work up to lap number 50, not quite halfway. Crossover, Alan Dobbs, he's got something on the short run here. That 22 may be the fastest short run car here today. As he gets to the quarter of the 12, he's gonna wiggle a little bit, lose all forward momentum. and slide into the 3rd spot. Here comes Molnix, and here comes Joyner. Galen Wunsch not too far behind as well. It's a 3-way battle for the lead. You see the accordion that happens. They go into the corner and slow down. They all bunch up in the center and then spread apart on the exit, but the 12 got a great run. And he's going to get to the inside just barely of the 75 to make him move up the track just a little bit. For the first time today, we're going to have a new leader. The Sweeting's going to lose 2 spots in one corner. Trenton Wilkin, your new leader. Alan Dobbs to 2nd. Chuck Sweeting is now 3rd. Molnix 4th and Joyner in the 5th spot. Just before the halfway point, this is a turning point in the race, as Sweeting had led 50 on the number laps to start this thing off. See Brent Allen up on the outside wall once again. PDI 13. Driving for all it's worth right now. Driver cam still not fixed. We got a spinner in front of Austin Thomas, able to keep it corralled. That was a whale of a slide. An even better save out of the 10th spot for the 35. Molnix chasing down Sweeting. Wyatt Walker chasing down Philbrick. Those are the 2 closest battles on the racetrack right now, as Wunsch is falling into the clutches of the 06. So much action to see here at Dover, and at any moment Miles DeMoster could reach out and just kind of punch the quarter panel of that car, or grab it, pull it closer to that outside wall, and here's along for the ride. We talk about self-cleaning. We kind of saw it on that last caution where the car spun up against the wall and ended up wrecking cars way on the bottom of the racetrack. It happens here so quickly. Philbrick get around Galen Wunsch for the 6th position. All over the back bumper. Gonna have to run. Gonna get there, but it's not gonna be enough. A little bit loose into the corner. Is gonna do it all over again. That's the frustrating part of passing here, is it might take you 3 laps to set it up, but you've only got 1 chance to make it stick. Go's going to go around Ruck Regal. That's for 11. Just heard somebody catch the outside wall. No harm, no foul from what I can see. That is your entire feel on the racetrack. Just how spread out this place gets very quickly. Trenton Wilkin is rounding turn 4. Last driver on the racetrack, Shane Ferguson, 14 seconds behind, is just exiting turn 2, so less than half a lap separating your leader from the last car on the lead lap. But let's ride on board this racetrack with the 12. Trenton Wilkin, your leader, up 1 spot. Here at the start-finish line, got it wound up, gonna dive into turn 1, drop down the hill. Smooth run off the corner, watch out for that wall, it comes up fast. Same thing out here, dive into the corner, down the hill. And you drive up out of the hill, close to the outside wall at turn 4. That's a very fast 23.6 second lap here at Dover. We had a pass, 4th spot. Joyner got around Sweeting, and so did Daniel Molnix. Sweeting back to 5th. Lowest he's ran all day. Remember, restarted as the leader, gave way to the 12, and has continued to give way since then. 7/10 back, Galen Wunsch behind him. A great long run car Chuck Sweeting always has at every racetrack we go to. A mainstay on V-Speed. See him in a lot of broadcasts. Glad to see him again. Time for a quick through your field. Trenton Wilkin is your leader. Just rode on board with him around Dover. Alan Dobbs in second. Showing some muscle here today. Daniel Mulnix in third. Ronnie Joyner's teammate right behind him. Chuck Sweeting is in fifth. Galen Wunsch in the sixth position. Ryan Philbrick is seventh. Wyatt Walker is eighth. Those three drivers very close together. Brent Allen hanging on in the ninth spot. Austin Thomas is in 10th with a back bumper full of steam to go in 11th. Brandon Yates is in 12th. Austin Dowdy just passed Christian Rodrigo for 13th. Shane Ferguson just passed for 14th. And Christian Rodrigo, currently on pit road, is the last car in 15th who is running. Larry Eddy, Derek McMurtry, Matthew Karakoffey, Waylon Turner, Ethan Wisnowski, and Bryson Witherspoon off the racetrack. Out of the race. Philbrick gets around one. This time on the outside. Door to door. For the sixth position. Loose for both of them. Here comes the 85 of Wyatt Walker. Still side by side. Oh, hit the apron. Did Wunsch, just about washed up into the 06. Now under fire from the 85. Can he make the outside work? Looks like he'll get the run. Eventually, he looks like he will get the run off the corner for the 85. Not able to make the pass in the center, however. As this trio are about 3.5 back of the leader. But Alan Dobbs is closing in on the 12. Cue the Jaws theme. Two tenths. One car length as they roll into turn number 1. 22 has had a great day so far, moving up a number of positions. 9 of them. To be exact, Chuck Sweeting gets around the 0-0. Pivotal move for the 75 as he worked closer to where he started at the top of the field. I'm thinking one more pit stop is required here. 50 laps to go. We've run 31. Most of your leaders. I'm thinking you pit around lap number 90 with a 30-lap run to the finish. Should give you everything you need. Finish this race. Quite able to make the pass there. Wilkins going to retain that lead. Mulnix is closing in on this battle. Fastest car on the racetrack. Running 24.1s. That time at 24.2. Your leaders, 24.4s. Chuck Sweeting, he is closing in as well. What really impresses me about this field is just how fast a lot of these drivers are running, about the same speed. Everyone within a tenth of a second in the top 5. Make that the top 8. All running about 24.2s or 24.3s. That is impressive stuff. Makes it incredibly difficult to pass, especially at a racetrack like Dover, where passing is hard anyway. You see your top 5 slowly closing in on the leader. That's your top 10. 11 if you want to count Austin Thomas in that blue car. That's how far apart everybody is. Austin Thomas currently 8 seconds behind the lead. although 6 seconds out the rear bumper to this driver, Brandon Yates. Dowdy's another 3.8 behind in the 8 machine. And Shane Ferguson, shotgun on the field for the moment, 1 second behind in the throwback 21 machine. Way back. It's the top 4. Each separated by a little over a tenth of a second, all chasing. Trenton Wilkin. For those wondering about lap times, because you know some of you just love lap times at home, watching the ticker on the side of the screen. We are currently about 1.4 seconds slower than the fast laps of the day. Meaning, you slap on a set of Goodyears, 1 lap before your competitor, you essentially gain 1.4 seconds on them. That might be what somebody, maybe a Ronnie Joyner in 5th, is not quite in his battles. We got a big slide. That's Alan Dobbs had a big moment. Look at that, lose 2 spots. Just got loose on his own. Falls back from 2nd to 4th. Like I was saying, if you're a Ronnie Joyner or Ryan Philbrick potential, Brent Allen maybe just hit pit road. He did. Brent Allen's another example of a driver who could call his shot on strategy. A little far back is the 13 to make a move happen, but hey, you're running 9th. If you continue to do what leaders do, you're going to run 9th. This is a chance to win the race potentially, or at least get a top 5. For the 13, I'll let you know where he shakes out. He's currently a lap down, still getting service. Just entered the pit box now. Where does the 13 shake out after the green flag pit stops? 40 laps to go, 2/3 of the way through this race. Sweeting has caught Molnix. 1 step closer to getting the lead back. He's led the most laps today with 50. Brett Wilkin has led for 30 circuits around this 1 mile facility. When do the leaders hit pit road? Brent Allen's finished the service on the racetrack. He is currently 2 laps behind. See where he shakes out in terms of lap times. Once he completes his out lap. His fast lap of the day was a 23:25. Alan Dobbs hits pit road. There's a 13 shakeout. That was a 23:26, very fast lap. As the first of your leaders hits the pit lane, Alan Dobbs, who was running in the 4th spot. This should call the attention of those 3 on your screen, Molnix, Sweeting, and Wilkin. As they catch the lap traffic, Dobbs into the pit box. Pit stop currently underway. We got some drivers really fighting here. This is for the 11th position. Dowdy's on pit road. Austin Thomas is well on the pit lane. Pit cycle definitely underway as the leaders are going to try and find their way around the 21. Wilkin's going to do it. So will the 38. 75 follows suit. No harm, no foul for your leaders. Now 9 cars in the lead lap as Chuck Sweeting is going to be the first of the top 3 to hit pit road. If you're Trenton Wilkin or Daniel Molnix, you must come this time. You have to hit pit road this time. You're going to lose too much time. To the 75. Who hits pit road next? Neither of the 2 leaders. This is bumper to bumper. Molnix with the big slide. That was borderline a finish flick off of turn 4. They're both out of control sideways. 6 cars on the lead lap. leaders have yet to hit the pit lane. Chuck Sweeting is back on the racetrack, just exiting pit road as Joyner gets past, apologies, not hitting pit lane. He's going to fall back behind Philbrick and Lunch. Oh my goodness! He turned second place. Daniel Mullins just got turned into the wall and wrecked again by the 13. Oh my goodness! And there's the caution finally. Oh wow! Oh, that is. Oh my goodness! The new tires proving to absolutely change the outcome of this race. Oh my goodness! We have most of the field trapped a lap down. Alan Dobbs on back. Dobbs and Sweeting are one down. Oh, this is we're gonna have to recycle this out here in just a second. This is crazy. Awful timing for this caution. All right, so from the blimp, you can see the 13 on the left side of your screen closing rapidly. Got the fresh tires. They roll through the corner and the 13 peaks high right here. And then not exactly sure what happened there, but he seems like he drove fairly far down the racetrack, and then unfortunately just carried through and continued to hit the 38. That's where most of the damage came from on Molnix. Let's ride on board with the 13. See, he's catching him so quickly that he could probably just roll the top here, but he ended up a ways off the wall, and I don't think Molnix quite expected that. Got him loose, and then right here, ended up just cleaning him out, finished him off, and unfortunately, that is going to completely change the race for Daniel Molnix and Brent Allen. Back here to the live shot. Alan Dobbs going to become your leader. Apologies. As we cycle out, we're going to have to figure out how this running order is going to look. I think Alan Dobbs was the lucky dog car, the free pass. Trenton Wilkin, because he stayed out, looks like he will assume the lead. Ryan Philbrick in second, Galen Wunsch, Ronnie Joyner, then Alan Dobbs, Brandon Yates, and potentially Daniel Molnix, depending on the damage of the 7. And Chuck Sweeting would get a wave around, it looks like. Wyatt Walker, Stephen McGough, Brent Allen, Austin Thomas, Shane Ferguson, which would be trapped a lap down, as they were multiple laps down. Yeah, this is a game changer of a caution right here. This really changes everything. We'll have it all sorted out after another quick commercial break. Back here in just a few. You've been watching the QSR Simulations Chase for the Cup Gen 4 Series. Turn 1 Tsunamis 120 for the Dover Motor Speedway. Be back in just a few minutes.
And here comes Milo, big run out of 4. He's going to be there.
Tristan Martin's there. Cannot count out to 37.
Oh!
Burned!
Cabot, where did he come from?
Here
comes Zwack.
A push from the 33.
It's a drag race.
The Magic Man wins it Auto Club.
Welcome back here on V-Speed, high above the Dover Motor Speedway as we are coming back to the green flag. Just under 30 laps remaining. Just had a caution that changed everything. Middle of a pit cycle. There are 8 cars on the lead lap. Trenton Wilkin back to Chuck Sweeting. Everybody on essentially new tires. This changes the way the race was looking. As a 12 through the restart zone. Another just about spin. That's Brandon Yates into the outside wall. Restarts have been very difficult for a lot of drivers here tonight. We saw one big crash on a restart. We saw Malnix get loose on a restart. That time it was the 15. But out front, it's Wilkin, Wunsch, and Philbrick. Over these next 25 or so laps, will emerge victorious in the Turn 1 Tsunamis 120. Waves of victory ready to sweep you up. Make sure to check them out and ride the wave to your own wins on and off the track. Turn 1 Tsunamis, which are words I never thought that I would say together. As long as they're having fun, right? One driver who stayed out, Ronnie Joyner, did not get bit by that caution like his teammate Daniel Malnix. Still riding the 4th position. I think the big winner out of that was Galen Wunsch. Came in around, or who was running around that 6th position, going to cycle out to 2nd due to just staying out on the racetrack a little bit longer, trying to catch a caution, which he did. Ran down into the back of 2nd place, Daniel Malnix, out of turn 2 and then into turn 3. Right now it's the 12 and the 199. Those two are the battle on the racetrack right now. As Mago and Wyatt Walker fight for the lucky dog spot, that is right in front. Daniel Malnix, who is on the lead lap, Joyner and Wunsch. Wunsch had an issue. Wunsch just lost 2 spots. Now going to be 3 spots. What happened to the 199? Let's see if we can go back and figure out very quickly as he is losing spots left and right here. Quick replay. Oh, we got a contact. We'll catch that in just a second here. Oh yeah, big loose moment. Wow, that was a phenomenal save from Galen Wunsch. Back live. Oh yeah, the 199 with even bigger damage now. Let's go on another replay. Here's the damage with the one with the 22. Just as we cut away last time. Still side by side. Oh, it just caught the wall and massive contact for both cars. Dobbs looked so strong today. So did Wunsch. Wyatt Walker get a piece of that too. Don't think he did. Somehow stayed off of him. But wow, what a crazy couple laps for the 199. Trenton Wilkin now leads by 1.2 over Ronnie Joyner, who has just been right place, right time today. 20 laps to go. Philbrick in 3rd. Malnix back up to 4th with the damage. Dobbs rebounding to 5th. Fighting Chuck Sweeting, who got hit by that caution. About worse than anyone else. Look at this dog fight for the 4th spot. 5th position. Sorry, 6th position. Up to 5th position. Fighting for. 7th is Galen Wunsch. 8th is Brandon Yates having a banner day for the 15. Stephen Mago is 9th. Wyatt Walker is 10th. Those last 2 are a lap down. Austin Thomas, Shane Ferguson also laps down. 11th and 12th. Brent Allen 2 down in 13th. The last car running. So Alan Dobbs trying to chase down Chuck Sweeting. That is a tall task. I have only passed the driver of the 75 once in my entire iRacing career on the racetrack. One time I have run probably 24 races with the 75 and only passed him once. He is one of the most difficult drivers to catch, and then once you catch him, that's one thing. Passing him is something completely different. But nobody in position to pass the 12. Trenton Wilkin has led the most laps today, 53. And unless Chuck Sweeting can get back up to the lead, that will clinch him most laps led. Ronnie Joyner, about 0.2 slower per lap than Trenton Wilkin is. And falling back ever so slightly into the clutches of Ryan Philbrick, the 06. Finished, I believe, third on Tuesday. Going to try and finish third or better tonight on Thursday. Yeah, I think third on Tuesday. Hopefully finish in the top 3 today. It's been a long day, folks. Been a long week. This is broadcast number 5 of the week for me in fill-in duty. For Bradley Cooper, I'm your host and producer, Morgan Cook. Apologies if I am a little rambly tonight. Did not expect to be up here. Got the call last minute. But we're here to bring you the action. That's what we do on V-Speed. If you haven't already, make sure to subscribe to the channel, like the video, hit the notification bell so you don't miss a moment of the action. But you can't get anywhere else, nowhere else on YouTube or anywhere has these streams. QSR, among the other leagues that we do here on V-Speed, exclusive to the channel. Philbrick slowly catching Ronnie Joyner. A little wall contact there at the 3. That's not going to help the cause. See, it's under half a second and closing. In fact, Philbrick closing ever so slightly on the leader as well. I can't imagine the 12's pushing too hard. We've only got about 10 laps to go. It's under 3.5 tenths now as Joyner pops the wall. This battle is certainly not over. But will the 06 have enough time? Only 11 laps to go here at Dover. Stephen McGough falling back. Oh, connection issues for the 28. Joyner might just give him the spot here. No need to fight. Joyner will just give it up. Molnix closing in quickly on his teammate as well. Is that a battle we might see here in the closing 10 laps? As Trent Wilkin has set sail 1.7 in front of Philbrick. Sweeting too far behind to catch up to Molnix. He's also got a lap car to contend with. That's the 38, or the 83, sorry, Stephen McGough. The big question now is, will Molnix get to Joyner, and what happens when he does, if he does? Different lines here at Dover when the tires wear out. The one thing that these top 5 are hoping for, stay green. You do not want to see a yellow right now. Bunch the field up. We've seen 3 restarts today, and every restart has had some sort of issue, whether it be a spin, some wheel spin, tire slide, whatever you want to call it. We've had issues on every single restart, and Molnix does get around Joyner for the 3rd position. So move the 38 to 3rd, the 00 back to 4th. Still, unless the wheels completely fall off, the 00 should be locked into the 4th spot, as Sweeting is 2.7 out the back. Galen Wunsch all over the back bumper of the driver he made heavy contact with. That is Alan Dobbs. This is for 6th position. As we work 5 laps to go here from Dover. Ryan Philbrick is quickly catching up to Trenton Wilkin, although I don't think he's going to get there. The gap is now 1.3. It was 1.7 a few laps ago. He's going to have to put on 4 perfect laps and then a crazy pass on the white flag if he's going to get there. 5 to go. Coming to 4 to go this time. Battle for 6th heats up. The battle for the free pass heats up as well. That's not over. Caution could still come out. We'll keep our eye on 6th for now. Right behind that battle, they're both still sideways driving these cars right now. They're both hands and feet up on the wheel. The 199 is definitely faster at this juncture. But what can he do? He's going to try the high line and drive it down the corner, get the diamond. 22 showing the top as the open lane. How will the 199 get there? Are there steam coming out of his ears? Is he frustrated from what happened earlier? Wilkins still a second ahead of Philbrick for the lead as they hit 2 to go. Blocking down the front stretch. Oh, goodness gracious. I don't know if this one's going to end all that well, folks. The battle for 6th is intense. You think they're going for the win out here. Keep on it for one more lap as Wilkins is going to take the white flag this time by. He is at the white flag. We'll come back to this at the checker. But Trenton Wilkins is going to lead into turn number 3 for the final time tonight. And the 12 of Trenton Wilkins is going to win at Dover. .70 laps led. Phenomenal drive for the 12. And Dobbs was able to get the spot over Galen Wunsch. He will stick in that 6th position. Congratulations to Trenton Wilkins. A great drive. Started second, was up at the front all day. Followed behind the 75 for the first 50 laps of the event, and then took over and never looked back. As we watch the 12 burn it down. We look ahead to what's still to come. After a quick commercial break, we will have your results and interviews with your top 3, including this man, Trenton Wilkins, winner of the Turn 1 Tsunamis 120 here at Dover Motor Speedway. We will be back right after a quick word from our sponsors. Stay tuned. Don't go anywhere. You're here on V-Speed.
And here comes Milo, big run out of 4. He's going to be there.
Tristan Martin's there. Cannot count out to 37.
Oh!
The road gets burned!
Cabot, where did he come from?
Here
comes Zwack.
A push from the 33.
It's a drag race.
The Magic Man wins it Auto Club.
Back here at the QSR, Gen 4 chase for the cup. just concluded. The Turn 1 Tsunamis 120 here at the Dover Motor Speedway, and here's how it went down. 3 cautions and only a single lead change when the 12 passed the 75, 50 or 70 and 50 laps led respectively for those 2 drivers. Trent Wilkin comes home with the win, leading from lap 50 onward. Ryan Philbrick, spirited battle in second, chased him down, cut off about 9/10 of a second in the final 10 laps. Molnix finishes in third, Ronnie Joyner in fourth. Chuck Sweeting was fifth after leading the second most laps today and starting on the pole. Alan Dobbs and Galen Wunsch had a spirited battle, including both of them crashing into the outside wall and a lot of blocking down the front stretch to finish 6th and 7th tonight. Brandon Yates with his best run of the season, I would have to imagine, in the 8th position. Wyatt Walker, first car, 1 down in 9th. Steve Mago in 10th, also 1 lap behind the leader, Austin Thomas and Ferguson. Shane Ferguson, apologies. 11th and 12th, also 1 lap down. Brent Allen in 13th for the 13. Austin Dowdy, the first car out of the race, in the 8th. He will finish 14th. Christian Rodrigo will finish in the 15th spot. Larry Eddy in 16th. The 14 is going to finish 17th tonight. Derek McMurtry, after getting taken out on a restart, he will finish 18th. Waylon Turner parked it early. He finishes 19th. Ethan Wisnowski is 20th. 21st to be Mr. Witherspoon, Bryson Witherspoon, who completed 2 laps and then called it a day. And Mike Petrin was race control tonight. Appreciate everything he did, keeping this race nice and orderly. He never took the grid. He will come home with a 22nd place finish, which is pretty good for not having a car in the fight tonight. That is how the race shook out. But let's have a chat now with your top 3. We're going to start off with 3rd place, Daniel Molnix. Daniel, it's Morgan in the booth again. You got a copy?
I got you. What's up?
All right. Well, I don't think that's how you drew it up. And if it is, I mean, let me know. But I don't think you intended to get spun by a lap car and then still march your way back up to the top 3.
Yeah, I had to use them up just to get to the top 3. But yeah, it sucked. I mean, I caught Trent. Me and him were just talking about it in the waiting room. He said it himself. That caution bailed him out. But yeah, I mean it happens. I know. Brent had fresher tires, and I gave him the outside, but I guess it wasn't enough. I don't know. But yeah, still all in all a good run to come back and finish 3rd.
Yeah, 3rd place, certainly nothing to sneeze at. But when you take me back to just before that caution, you and the 12 running nose to tail, you noticed Chuck Sweeting pit. You noticed, I forget who the other driver was, Alan Dobbs, also in the top 4 pit.
Mm-hmm.
Are you thinking we're on the wrong side of this now? We have to run it all the way out, or what's the strategy play at that point in time for the 38?
My original plan, I was going to pit at lap 90, and just run 30 laps after that. So when I seen those guys go down at like 81 or 82, somewhere in there, I wasn't too worried about it. I knew that they would have the tire advantage to drive out to a lead, but my opinion, I thought that they pit too early, so that's why I kept staying out. With Trenton. But yeah, I didn't get to pan out for the green flag pit stops, but all in all, I'll take 3rd.
Yeah, 3rd again. Nothing to be upset about. I mean, podium finish in any league is difficult to get, and here in QSR, even with the adversity, still a 3rd place finish for Daniel Molnix.
I can't be a little bit mad about it.
Well, you could be, but
no, I'm kidding.
I mean, you can be.
I'll take it.
I've definitely been mad about 2nd before, but it is what it is. Who do you want to?
I know, Brent. You guys again. All the QSR admin team and all the drivers in here. All in all, I mean, it is a clean group. I know we have our run-ins every now and then, but all in all, I've seen much worse going on. So, yeah, that's about all I got for you.
I do want to ask you one more question before I let you go. Restarts. Yeah. We saw you have a bit of a wiggle on a restart. How difficult was it to get the power down on this concrete surface?
Um, it all, and I'm not saying Truck did anything wrong, but it was kind of all based on the leader's, pace speed. Like if he checked the field up, any, it was pretty tough to not spin him. But if you kind of just maintained right there at that pace speed, rolling in and going, it wasn't too bad. We kind of had to short shift a little bit to get some of the wheel spin out of it, but yeah, I just couldn't get it under me right there on that start.
Oh, that's good insight from third place finisher Daniel Molnix. Thank you for your time, and I'm sure we'll see you on Tuesday.
Yep, I'll see you next time.
All right, that is third place finisher Daniel Molnix here tonight for the Turn 1 Tsunami 120. Gonna go to the other side of the podium, second spot, Ryan Philbrick. Ryan, Morgan up in the V-Speed booth, you got a copy?
Yeah, I got you.
Well, we talked to you on Tuesday, if I'm not mistaken, and another good run here, second position. Did you see this one coming here at Dover tonight, the top two finish?
No, not at all. No, and I didn't start fourth. Just I don't believe so. Broke that streak. Um,
Fifth spot you started in, actually.
yeah, close, but
It was close.
maybe I'd rather start fourth. I think that worked a little bit better, but hey, we'll take it. No, I didn't see it. I don't love these cars really that much. I mean, they're all right, but I like the trucks a lot more. And the car track combo is like definitely tougher. One of the tougher ones on the sim. So
Yeah, this racetrack, hard to drive in any car, especially one that is tight on entry and loose on exit like this Gen 4 car is with all that rear power. I
right.
mean, you hung around the kind of the top five most of the day, that fifth, sixth position. Was there any point where you're thinking, I need to do a strategy move to get up there, or were you just content with kind of running in that area and just
I,
see whatever shakes out?
I mean, yeah, there was because I got to the point where it was. I knew it was tough to pass. I was like, I can't do anything from like six on back. You're not doing much. It was just really difficult to pass. And then that caution coming out during the cycle that messed everything up, and I got real lucky because I was like pulling into the pit and saw it happen. Was able to pull back on the track. That played a big part in it right there. And then the first run cooked the right front off from it real bad and learned from that. It's like, okay, I gotta stop overdriving it and get it on the right rear a little bit more than that run. Then second run came in, tires were a lot more even. And then when I start outside pole with like 30 something to go, I knew that was just enough time for tire fall off to come in. So I was like, don't cook them trying to do nothing crazy in the beginning. You want to be fast. I wanted to be faster on the second end of the run, especially if there was a restart or something, and worked pretty good. I mean, and Ronnie let me go, which was cool of him, so I wouldn't even have had a shot at it. But I mean, I was catching him, but he had just pulled out far enough, and I think by then it was tough.
Yeah, you chopped about 9/10 in the final 10 laps of this race from our leader's lead, close it into
Yeah.
just under 1 second. You've mentioned something in that interview that I think a lot of drivers don't get credit for, and that's learning during the race. You mentioned you burned the right front off of it on that first run. You had to adapt and change the way you drove for the rest of the race to be able to keep the tires under it. Can you give us a little bit of insight to what do you do as a driver to move the tire wear from the right front to the right rear?
Um, Depends. Here it was a little different because usually it's more like an entry thing. For me, like if I'm driving in too hard, it'll start burning right front. But usually just waiting to feel the weight shift of the car, and when I know it's on the right rear, making sure it's not pushing coming out of the corner over and over again. Especially if you start repeatedly doing it, then like if you do it for a corner or two, you're like, okay, I got to get it on the right rear. I got to wait to throttle up a little bit longer. I'm throttling up too early. That's going on, in my head for a lot of the race. And I mean, it changes and the line changes and everything, but
Yeah,
you can definitely,
drivers.
especially as extreme as it was, like I guess there was like 55, 70 or something like that on the first run. You can definitely tell like you messed up pretty quick. Like, yeah. And then it just compounds and gets worse and worse as it goes.
Yeah, drivers always thinking. That's something that we typically get a lot of praise for. Is how many things are going through the head of a driver during a race to try and make that car go fast. And obviously,
Right.
Ryan, you showed that you're able to be adaptable, and make a change mid race, and turn your day around basically. Who do you want to thank? Who do you want to shout out for the second place finish here in the Turn One Tsunami 120 at Dover?
First off, all the admins, everyone that runs the league, thank you for everything they do. My team, Bad Company Motorsports, Brandon Yates, my teammate, Premier Setup Shops, Clean Cut Painting. You guys for broadcasting the race. You do a great job. Appreciate that. That's about it.
All right. Well, thank you for your time, Ryan, and congratulations on the second place finish. I'm sure I will see you on Tuesday.
Thank you.
All right. That is your second place finisher, Ryan Philbrick. Now up to the top step of the podium. Going to catch up with Trenton Wilkin here in Victory Lane. Trenton, it's Morgan up in the V-Speed booth. You got a copy?
Yeah, I got you.
All right. Well, I mean, how about you? This 12 machine was lights out today. You let Sweeting lead the first 50, then you passed him under green and never looked back. Why don't you just talk me through how this race went start to finish?
Yeah, I didn't know, like, during practice, I felt like, oh, we have some good speed qualifying. I was like, oh, we got a little more speed than I kind of thought. And we got the race going. We kind of learned from, like, the first stint what my car was going to do halfway through a run, which kind of helped towards the end. But right when we were going to get to Sweeting, had the stage caution, which honestly kind of worked out. I think I would have possibly passed him, but then we go under caution, we come out, and I'm like, I'm gonna just probably be riding behind him. I was able to, like, I worked outside, cut down, was able to get around him. I was like, okay, let's go, and then try to put as much space as I could while still trying to save some right front, and then all the dogs started catching me, and then I'm not gonna lie, I did get lucked out from the caution that came out. I did think I could probably hold with Daniel. I think I could have. I think I had a better short run car, and then caution came out, and then I was like, just gonna have to go balls to the wall to at least get this at least a second and a half, 2 second, whatever it could be gap, because I knew right when the race would be getting there. Uh, that's right when my car would start to getting chattering up the hill. Once we get into the corner, I was able to get good exits, but my entries were so bad getting towards the end, and I just kind of just like, I'm gonna just coast, cruise on. Hopefully he doesn't mismanage the gap. But then I was like, please don't have a caution. I was counting the laps down. I was like, here we go.
And any driver who's led laps at the end of a race knows exactly that feeling. Please keep the yellow flag in its holster. But let's go back to where that caution came out. The last caution, of course, the one that shook the field up. You were leading, and you continued to lead after, obviously, that crash happened right on your back bumper. What was the plan strategy-wise? Obviously, you were staying out, but how long were you going to stay out further than when that caution came out, if the caution never did come out?
If the caution never came out, I was still gonna ride it probably another 10 or more laps because I felt like my short run was just so much. It was so much better. I'm probably gonna come around like 95 to 100, probably maybe a little over to try to get as much of a tire advantage or at least somewhat of it, because it was probably, I think Sweden would have been the closest person probably who pitted close to us, and I was just like kind of playing cat and mouse with Monix. Not really, but it's like seeing when he would pit, because usually he's always early to pit, and then people usually follow him. I was just like, okay, he's not pitting, so I know it's not a good time to come pit anyway. So I was just like, all right, I'm gonna just ride this out, try to manage this gap. And if I get a second out of this, it's worth it. But just managing it, trying to defend, keep him behind at least until he would pit.
Well, it clearly worked out for the driver of the 12. He led the most laps, started second, did not get the fast lap. I'm not sure if that's something you were going for or not. You were 8/1000ths off of Sweeting's fast one, which was the only driver in the 22.8s tonight. But great showing. for you this evening? Who do you want to thank? Who do you want to shout out for the win here in the Turn 1 Tsunamis 120 from the Dover Motor Speedway?
I want to thank y'all for the broadcast and the admins, my team, and then I want to thank my wife, my family, my mom, all of them, just supporting me. So it's through like this sports in college or anything like that, just support and love that they gave me, and then everything going on with it. But I do appreciate everything that you guys do and put on it, and we're glad that we could put on a show for y'all.
Yes, it definitely was a show today. Exciting one from Dover. That's your winner, Trenton Wilkin. Thank you for your time, good sir.
Thank you.
All right. That is going to do it for the show here today. You've been watching the QSR Chase for the Cup Gen 4 Series, the Turn 1 Tsunami 120 from the Dover Motor Speedway. It was a fun one. Definitely had some twists and turns, some interesting moments from the Dover Motor Speedway. Join us next week as we go to Legacy, Michigan. I don't have a graphic up on the screen for you. Apologies, don't have one. We were thrown into the booth last minute. Did not get the time to get that one for you. Same time, same place next week at Legacy, Michigan. It'll be a fun one here on V-Speed. I've been your host and producer, Morgan Cook. I'm glad you were able to join us and stay with us. Hopefully you've subscribed to the channel, like the video, and hit the notification icon because we have racing coming at you almost every day this week. This is my 5th one of the week. Not sure what's up tomorrow here on V-Speed. I know for sure we have SNR on Saturday, Original Rebels Racing League and Sunoco on Sunday, VSRL Monday, then back for QSR. The Tuesday Night Thunder Truck Series on Tuesday, Racing Rev Wednesday, and then right back here for the QSR Gen 4 Series on Thursdays. So hopefully you'll stick around and watch all those races with us and join us up here in the V-Speed booth as we bring you all this racing action you can't see anywhere else. Make sure you stick around a while longer, but for everyone at V-Speed, Bradley Cooper, Adam Baker, and Eddie Smith, all the other producers and commentators, thank you, and we will see you next time.